Everybody, welcome back to another awesome episode of Connecting the Dots with Karen Owens. Listen, if you like what you see here today, don't be afraid to go to that old Google box, YouTube, 216 Creator Studios. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ding that bell for the future notifications. We appreciate the support. Karen Owens, and now Sharon. Karen is Sharon. Hey, how you been, Karen?
I've been good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
Anything new? Anything new in the horizons?
Lots of stuff. We'll talk about maybe some of it on the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, cool.
You always
cool.
got something new going on.
Always have something going on.
You're looking very dapper today.
Ooh. Oh, really?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
you know?
I don't know.
That sounds more cougar than dapper.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah. Well, hey, we're all there, right? Why don't we bring in our guest?
All right. I have the lovely Miss Sharon Fulgenzi, my good friend, who works for Safe Families and Lydia Home, and she does amazing work in the community. And I just wanted to share what she does. But first,
Oh dear.
you talked about the Karen and Sharon thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit about that. So Sharon,
I'm scared. Okay, go ahead.
don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Okay.
So a little bit of a backstory. We worked together at a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw me
A lot.
in what was
I love it. I love this show so much.
okay. I'm just gonna say we worked at a nonprofit called GD's Playhouse, and you know my love for individuals with Down syndrome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like no other.
Yeah, no, she's,
Like
she's
people-
in it to win it.
Think I have or thought I had a child with Down syndrome because I was such an advocate. I still am, by
Right.
the way.
I did.
But anyway, so you saw me doing my thing
Right. Work in the room. But
naturally.
buzzing around, engaging with all the families, which you did a beautiful job at, but
Yeah.
he was always in such this always had such
Cheerleader mode.
High
all-
energy.
high energy all the time. The world was rainbows and unicorns.
Oh, yeah, it's like that. I love it.
And I kind of feel that way. Believe me, not quite as much. But after like a day, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, it took 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. I'm like, this girl's not real. I was just like, what's up with this girl?
This girl.
This girl.
I didn't even have a name. It was this
I'm
girl.
She's got powerful energy,
It's
every
really
time-
good energy. My point is, I was saying, God, my thought was, nobody can be like this all the time. Nobody.
Oh, yeah. You
And-
gotta stop putting quarters in her for her to slow down. That's pretty much how that works.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then I said, you know what? I need to quiet myself because this is going to be one of my best friends someday.
Oh, yeah.
And you're here on my podcast right
And
now.
Karen and Sharon.
Yeah.
Or Sharon and Karen.
It's actually just connecting the dots with Karen Owens.
Oh,
God.
She's trying to take it.
Oh. Welcome to the new show of Connecting
what?
Dots
Oh, yeah,
with
can I
Sharon.
tell you I'm here to premiere the new Karen and Sharon
You know,
show?
We'll talk
No.
about a show after we're done. It's all
Yeah,
good.
after we'll sign you after.
Just kidding. No. So anyway, my point is she's adding it. She is very genuine. She just kind of exudes a lot. Actually, some similarities with me. Someone recently said to me, like, one of the girls I mentor through Lydia Home has recently become an emergency foster placement for me. And she's 18, and 18-year-old girls are tough as it is, but now
And she has a son. So I said, girls, a whole different ballgame, especially you throw in an 18-year-old girl there. Yeah.
who
So
hasn't had the most beautiful story, right?
Yes.
She's had a
Yeah.
real difficult journey, but she said to me, how are you always so happy?
me?
No.
Oh,
She meant, it's about me right now.
okay, sorry.
We'll go back to you in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
We'll go back to you in a minute.
So
Just
we're
kidding.
having the Sharon show right now.
No, but she said, no, it goes back to you. It
Yeah.
does go back to you because she said to me, how are you just so happy all the time?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I think it's kind of a choice. Like, I get sad and I get, I have challenges, but I think I choose to move through it with joy because
Mhm.
I know the outcome is going to be what it is anyway. And I can choose and stay in the negative light.
Yeah, like in the darkness.
But you
Yeah.
can either move through it in the darkness or bring light to the darkness. And I choose intentionally to bring light to the darkness. And I think
Mhm.
that's one of the things that you do too. So it does come back to you.
Well, thank you. Well, let's go into that. So you work for,
Safe Families for Children
yes.
and Lydia Home. So we're sister organizations. Safe Families for Children is an evidence-based program. So we come along, we try to help keep kids out of the foster care system. So preventatively come alongside mostly single moms, just it's what it is. 97% of the families served are single moms going through some sort of crisis. So could be escaping domestic violence, homelessness. It could be needing to go to the hospital or some sort of, treatment program. The bottom line is these are mostly single moms, parents who are going through a crisis in isolation. So they don't have a support system. They're very isolated, right? So they come to Safe Families. They're referred either through DCFS or they're referred through, the local hospitals. We are based in Chicago, but have chapters across the country.
Yeah.
So, but we are, based and founded in Chicago. So Safe Families comes alongside families and children preventatively to help stabilize them. People don't realize is that, and I didn't even know this, but out of the 400,000 kids in foster care, about 70% of them are there not due to like severe abuse, but more due to issues around poverty and lacking resources. So Safe Families fills in the gap of like, hey, there's a lot of poor parents out there. Let's face it, right? A lot of us may have had struggles. Poverty doesn't make you a bad parent. Right? It just makes you poor. I always say it just makes you poor.
Right.
So, right? So we try to come alongside families to stabilize them and get them to a place where they can be with their children, raising their children and thriving. And it's a great program. You can look up at
www.safefamilies.net. I know where to look it up because of you, I became a family friend. Actually, I got a text today, a little bit ago, about helping a mom. She has a 7-year-old and an 11-month-old. So
in our local area.
In the local area, yeah. Sometimes the ones in the city are harder to go to, because.
Well, we do our Chicago chapter, because it's our founding chapter. Obviously, it's a little bit more robust. We serve more families.
Yeah.
But what the cool thing about what we're doing in our local area in the county that we live in is we're really trying to expand our reach, working with the schools, working with organizations that serve the children. Everyone knows Home of the Sparrow and Kids in Need. So we really are growing out here, which is why we've had to build our network of people. And of course, perfect example, the minute Karen hears about some need, she's like, "You pick me, I'll do it. Yeah. So, right?
She's the yes person for everything.
100%. Yeah.
WWKD. What would Karen do? That's what I tell my son. Yeah.
Well, we're lucky it's 2025 and not 2009.
Why? What would happen in 2009?
I don't know. I don't know what you were doing in 2009. I think. Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be what.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't.
What Karen would not do.
No, you.
I don't know. No, but it's amazing, the organization.
Yeah, but then Lydia Home, as mentioned, is been around for over 100 years, and Lydia Home is unfortunately where kids have been in the system, and unfortunately due to various circumstances and their traumas, and oftentimes they've been in the system for many years. They need to live at Lydia for healing and hope and healing, and what we say is hope, healing, home. So our job at Lydia is to work with the kids to get them to a place where they can either return home or be fostered or adopted.
And they are there until they're 18?
Yeah, so
21.
I know a lot of people don't know this, and I always think, I thought everyone knew this. Yeah, so in residential care, the kids are about 6, but at 18 is when they age out.
Right.
Which is part of the reason why this young lady is with me, is because that was aged out of care, and the next step would be a transitional living program, because she, for kids that have been in the system since they've been 5, 6, 7, 8, that's all they've really known, right? So saying, hey, you're on your own. No, it doesn't work so well, right? You need to set them up for success. They go into a transitional living program. The current situation too, unfortunately, is there's just not enough. What their TLPs is what they're. This young lady she's on a wait list, so she's waiting to get into this place. And in the meantime, I took her on this emergency placement. And yes, I had a son, and he was a very obedient son. And having a girl in the home. God bless my mother for having 4 daughters, because we're a lot different.
It's a lot different. Oh, yeah. So I'm waiting for Drew to chime in. Yes, he has 2 girls. Yeah.
2 daughters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the emotion.
My dog is snipped, so it's just me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, right?
But, but I think one of the things that Karen and I often talk about is, she's a yes person, and I tend to be too. I think you're a little bit more because
you feel so bad. What are the oh gosh, I like the alternatives, right? So she's 18 and I've been trying to like, I feel like we're like two moms together right
is,
now because I'm trying to support her how I can
Actually,
too.
Karen called right before here, and I'm like, hold on. This young lady was talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. Karen, my husband is calling to check on things. So,
Right.
No, because it's so sad. I think of an 18-year-old girl, right? And again, you know, my husband is involved in Refuge for Women, human trafficking, which is completely horrible, right? So I think of her, 18 years old. What are her alternatives? Like she could be that next girl that is trafficked, right? She doesn't, if she doesn't have any family, she doesn't have any.
She has family,
Okay.
but not not
helping.
They're not in a place themselves
Sure.
to support her in the best way possible.
But that's what I think of, right? So we think to like, oh my gosh, like our hearts are like, oh my gosh, we
always say, I think what Karen and I have said many, many times is we all can say we have a big heart for like, oh my God, we all say, oh my God, this is that sounds horrible. And oh my God, I'll pray for you. Or,
yeah.
But
I wish I could help.
I'm so, how many times do we get that? I wish I could help.
And
we're
I think I've said that to you before, where like, I know people say it to me and I'm like, but you can.
But you can.
And then they're like, oh, kind of like, oh no.
And that's the cool thing about serving that I think people really have to think about is the sound of like being a foster parent through Lydia or through whoever, or being a safe family's host family, like caring for someone else's children and bringing them into your home, which we call, you know, radical hospitality, right? Which it seems so big, right? So maybe you're not equipped or in the place to do that, but you can be a family friend. You can be someone that volunteers to be like, hey, these moms need gift cards for transportation to get to the interview, or hey, I can be that ride. There's something you can do, big or small.
Yeah.
So when people say,
like, oh, I wish I could help,
I'm always like, but you can't.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the things you like to do. What are some of the things that really get you excited? Because I just always feel like there's something everyone can do. And it's hard. I mean, it really is hard. You know.
It's actually, I would, because a couple times she also is a family friend to a younger
another little girl,
and you know she's 8, right? And so
it's gonna 8
and 18, and this is gonna sound bad. Not that like we're trying to control it, but it's easier, right? Like it's not like you have an 18-year-old that again the hormones, all the stuff coming in, but an 8-year-old, it's kind of like I don't know, it's just different.
Well, so this is what I'm saying. Okay, from my perspective as a man, you have an 8-year-old is a whole different personality than a teenager. Number one, there's no 18-year-old kid out there that knows anything about themselves to start with, let alone going through a transitional period like that.
And coming with trauma that's been in foster care.
In a household, in a full household, it's mama's boys, daddy's daughters. Because, you know, we tend to have the opposite of what's happening versus the battle. You know, women are great because they multitask. They have so many fine tunes because of the nurturing. I mean, create life, right? Where men are just logistical and logical. And so together you make a perfect person if you create the great marriage. So with my daughters, they come to me for a lot of things just due to the fact of they're going to get an answer that has no emotion attached to it. Because it's the right answer. It's, you know,
it's the right answer.
Well, no, it's not always. But if they can find a better one, I challenge them to go do so. Then let me know so I'm educated. I'm a very open-minded person that way. And so just out of curiosity, a question for you would be: so this transitional period, this program that they go into, what does that look like?
So when she goes into her transitional living program, it's more equipping them with more broader life skills.
Okay.
So helping them navigate finances, bank accounts, job skills, hopefully higher education, although statistically for many of them, that's not the reality. I don't want to misquote the percentage, but it's fairly low. So just making sure that they're achieving their milestone, like the goals. High school, number one. A lot of these kids, they're smart. They're just like our kids. They're smart. The problem is a lot of these kids they move so much that they start in the school system and then they get moved. And so their education has been disrupted, right? So sometimes even like graduating from high school might take longer. The young lady that I'm supporting right now, I was her mentor, which is really cool. That's another little plug I'm going to give. Mentor these kids, because the odds and stats of kids who age out of care are the stats are there, pregnancy, jail time.
Yeah.
I will say one of the things that she has an advantage of is having a mentor, because at Safe Families, we believe in the circle of support. So when someone does a hosting at Safe Families, we make sure that there's the circle of support around the hosting. Someone to help with meals, or someone like if you need a break or whatever. So I would consider Karen, she didn't not exactly say, hey, yes, and sign up to volunteer, but she basically has been volunteering, because as soon as this young lady came to my house, she didn't have access to some of her belongings, right? Because she had been moved a couple times for various reasons. She was staying in the south side of Chicago. And Karen right away hooked me up with clothing for her. I found someone who would do her hair, because she's biracial, and it's her hair to do. We don't have a lot. We're not as diverse up here, right, as some other areas. So finding her the resources she needs specifically for herself.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the point where she gets into her transitional living, hopefully then her high school, will be done or close to done, and then she can focus on things. It's like just general life skills, things that
I feel like things that we just either learn from family or just kind of come natural, that
cooking.
Yeah.
So so I'm gonna assume she's a Southside girl.
Well, she's mostly she identifies fully as a city girl. She's not originally from there, but Lydia is in the city of Chicago. So a lot of the city influences, Old Irving neighborhood is where Lydia is. So a lot of these kids, they identify with the city, and it's that city influence.
Yep.
Very, very much so.
So I'm a Southside Italian kid from 55th and Gadsden. Okay. And so there is a difference, the way culture is.
Thank you.
Living in the city versus living out here.
Oh, yeah.
And just because it is so diverse and so busy, and the routines to the different styles of culture and how they live is way different than what it is out here. When I first moved to Schaumburg from the South Side, I was like a little house on the prairie, and
I bet.
80s.
Yeah.
And I was like, culture shock. People did not. I was very aggressive and loud. I'm Italian anyway, so that kind of happens. Yeah. But they didn't know how to take me. They're like, you need to slow down a little bit, And so, Karen, you take. Are you helping with this other than clothing and everything else, or are you mentoring as well?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Or you just got volunteered.
I kind of got volunteered. But again, one of the things, and I told her this, I said, obviously I have never been in foster care, but I have been in an abusive home. So I feel like some things are relatable. I know what it's like to be hungry when I was a kid, and general kind of needs, right? I've had to go to a township when I was a kid and get my stuff. I've kind of been, so there are some similarities that I feel like a little bit relatable. I don't think
similarities really matter.
Yeah.
I think what really matters is what happens now to move forward.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And so it's just about the knowledge that you have, and take her out for coffee.
Oh,
have a conversation with her.
We took her. We went to sales.
In Huntley. But we did a big thing in Huntley. They had a Huntley hoot nanny, and I said, and I was not planning on walking a 4K that night. I did not have the right shoes, let me just say, but I did, and I said, okay.
It's the details with Karen.
It is.
And by the way, you didn't have the right shoes.
Oh, by the way, my shoes were not right.
Right.
But anyway,
I had the purple purse that day. It didn't matter.
But regardless, no. So we were there, and I said, "Okay, let's just go walk with everybody." No, nice. I'm tired. Okay, I said, what are you gonna do? And then all of a sudden, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just go home and sit and watch TV? I said, girl, you want a community? There's 3,000 people here. No,
but it's still hard. It's what Karen has done though is it's like in any family, like traditional families, right? You've got, mom, dad, whether they're living together or not, moves. You got mom, dad, you've got grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, cousins, and all of that to add in and feed into these individuals. And it is hard because I am her primary go-to right now. So I have to be realistic about how much capacity I have to pour out before I'm empty.
Yeah.
So Karen has been really good at giving another perspective on things. And even though we can never identify with individuals who've had such trauma, like I even say to Karen, like, we may have had the hardest life, we all have a story.
Yeah.
But the story of some of these kids are so unrelatable, right? Because
sure.
The amount of transitions, and you
going from home to home.
Yeah, like one of the most profound things she said to me is because a lot of people that foster or volunteer with kids who are at risk on foster care, I think, is I'm a loving person and I'm going to just love them to being the perfect little humans, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of love to give. Karen has a lot of love to give. We all, many of us do. I'm learning a lot about trauma-informed care. Look it up. It's really about learning about behaviors. I'm part Italian, so I talk a lot with my hands.
And she hits.
And when we were in the car one day, my hands were flailing, and this young lady was like, "You need to stop talking with your hands." I'm like, "I can't. It's what I do." And I'm getting mad, like, "Hey, don't pounce on my culture." I'm trying to be supportive of you. But then I clicked. Took a couple days. If you're in a situation where you've been abused or you people coming after you, a hand coming at you is a threat.
Yeah.
In close quarters, for sure.
Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, she wasn't really hating on me being Italian. She was just saying
trauma.
It was a trauma response, right? So there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Like the other night at your house, I was like, can I hug you? Instead of like, we're all like, you're like this. We just hug. Even if someone doesn't want the hug, we're hugging.
Today's society, I can't do that.
Oh, right. I think that's I walked through the doors today and I was just like, But, so first I was like, can I give you a hug? Just asking those questions because that is trauma, right? You don't know. Yeah, you do have to ask. It's
different. So I think, first of all, I would say to anybody, like, absolutely most important is when you're saying, I wish I could help, you can. Big or small, find out even the smallest of ways to help. Even Karen coming over, like she knew it had been a draining couple of days and she just popped over and her it's
my safari.
Yeah, it's another story.
I had an event Friday night.
But she popped over, but she matched. She matched that night.
Lions?
Actually, she told me, she goes, did you just jump out of Jumanji?
Jumanji called.
Did you just get out? Yeah. No, but the point is even just her coming by the other night.
Well, I could feel like her energy of like, oh, and again, you're by yourself. You've taken this on probably a lot more than you expected. So I just I came over just to give her a hug.
And she did. So, the reality is that when you're going to serve, serving isn't always comfortable. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You've got to go into it knowing there may be some discomfort, right? But I always feel like we are never given more than we can handle. And in the moments, regardless of what your beliefs are, I really found out in this process that she has shown me parts of myself that I do need to grow into.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Hey, I need to be a better listener. I need to listen better. Or cultural differences. I can say I'm not racist, I'm not this, I'm not that. However, where we live is very different. So you have to remember coming from the south side of Chicago and coming up here.
Completely different. Yeah.
She feels out of place.
She feels wildly out of place.
Of course.
And so I can't expect her to be happy and grateful and, I have this cute room and cute bed, which she does appreciate. But you're in this, I always say it's like, this is an extreme, correlation, but I'm like, everyone would say, I would love to have the Kardashian money. I would love it. I'm like, yeah, you know what though? I would love it too, but you put me in their house and I'm going to feel like a fish out of water. Right? So I use that kind of as an analogy. So as much as she's grateful and appreciative, there's still a lot of emotional processing going on that is going to take more time.
Yeah.
See, there I go with the hand.
Go to a reservation.
Okay.
You will feel so out of place. You do not belong.
Really?
Feel like you do not belong.
Yeah.
I've been there in predicaments, which was not on purpose, but you just realize that if your neighbor's Yaqui Indian and he's saying, I need a ride to the res, and you, for some reason, you don't know how far it is, and then 2.5 hours later, you're still on the road while your girlfriend's making you dinner, and I'm like, where is this place? when there's an AK-47 guy standing on the corner, no windows,
Yeah.
babies running around naked in the rocks outside,
Oh God.
syringes still in their arms as they lay on the curbs, you feel out of place, right? So I told him I was uncomfortable with that. And he didn't understand. And I said, okay, I'm from Chicago. Let me take you there. And he was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Click.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The association.
So
Yeah.
her being out of place right now, how long has she been out here?
Almost a month.
Okay. Super new.
Super new.
Super fresh.
I mean, it feels like
Small
it
bite.
feels
A
like
year.
Well,
No,
small bites,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I understand.
You know, and even the other night when we were at the event, I was more like, it was, and I probably should have thought about this after the fact, right? Well, because then she sent me a sweet text and she said, thank you so much, Karen, for making an effort in trying to, like, I knew she got it. But me, too, I think there was so much, I mean, there was 3,000 people there. There was so much going on, and it was like, girl.
She was overwhelmed.
And,
so
yeah.
She was overwhelmed. So we go out for this great pizza. Sal's pizza is amazing.
That's so good.
But I think I could see her, you know, when you get around people, you can notice, and I was noticing her shutting down. So it's like
the eye contact.
yeah. So
yeah.
the point is, I just think at any time you're serving around people, or like you, when you started, I first made this judgment, like, I don't like her. I don't know if I'm going to like her. She can't be real. You know what I mean? Okay, Karen. But she knows I love her.
She hits. I was okay.
I do. See,
That's right.
I
She
do.
does.
It's
It's Italian.
the little
Yeah.
slappy thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my point is, though, is you learn people's body language, right? And
Right.
so I think it's such an important life lesson for anything is we're so quick to be defensive. We're so quick to judge oftentimes, right? But if we all just kind of took a step back and just observed and listened,
listen, like you said,
yeah,
just sit and
like process and listen, and don't be so quick to like when she wanted to leave the other night, part of my brain was like, wait a minute, you must be grateful. We just bought pizza. We just did this. And it was like, no, she was just done. It was overwhelming. And again, fish out of water, completely in a new environment.
Small bites.
Small bites. Small bites.
Small bites.
Small bites.
As Italian as we are, we'll keep feeding you. It's
A lot.
How much you want to intake. And if you're done, you have to get up and leave the table because we'll keep giving it.
Yeah.
But know this, when you get up from that table and walk away, we'll be like, you don't like my cooking? That's just who we are. Where you can't change who you are as a person because you're trying to mentor somebody else.
Right.
However, I love how you bring up the metaphorical mirror. I do a whole thing about that. Sometimes a reflection is shown at you, and ooh, I can work on that on me. And
That's very true.
And listen, yes, uncomfortable, good. Nothing has ever been accomplished when you're comfortable. It's only been accomplished when you're uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So that's and then, you have to have strength with that, and bless you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's a fantastic cause.
Sharon really has an amazing heart. You really do. I tell you,
We have an internship here. You want to drop her off twice a week? She can hang out here and do some work.
She would love that.
Maybe it'll be a good fit. He's 20 years old.
And maybe it won't be, but maybe it will be.
And if not, that's okay.
It's a new experience.
But just check it out.
Yeah.
It's just and again, it's just those experiences,
we're pretty
right?
relaxed and fun around here. It's
Yeah.
She would probably have a really good time here, actually.
You actually, when we were walking in, you did actually say that maybe Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no, I appreciate that. But I think that we're all, and again, I appreciate you saying that, but I try to say we all are wired for something, right?
Yeah.
We're not all wired for the same thing.
Right.
I just happen to be wired to serve in this way. Not everyone is, I get it. But even, I always say, if you're not comfortable in serving tangibly, or is that the word I'm looking for, tangibly, like stepping in physically, emotionally, write a small check. Donate to the causes that are important to you.
And sometimes people would just rather do that. And that clearly
Sometimes
is obviously so helpful.
You got to put your sponsorship dollars where your passion is.
Bingo, yeah.
And that's how you make a difference in the world, period. So if and be the true sponsorship. I love how people are like, and not to say that Karen would do this, but it's like, look what I'm doing right now, everybody. I'm on my phone doing it. Yeah, sure. That's for you, not for them.
Right.
I've said that
do
before.
it for others and want nothing in return.
Yeah.
It's just about giving back.
I've said that before too. Like, if I post something about it, and I don't care if you're like, Karen, you're a great person. Like, I just want people to see that they can make a difference and do that. And for me, I've done this since I was 16 years old. I did it with my kids. Like, I've shown my kids that, like, again, some people have it. So I like always just had that in me too. But like, and for me, like, I am happy. Like, my kids do those things, you know, where they like have seen me help people and stuff like that.
Living by example. That's the one thing, you know, when our friend who's, you know, when she isn't doing certain things, I can't get upset. Who was modeling that for her?
Yeah.
Like, no one was modeling that for her. How silly of me to, you know. So like you said, what'd you say? One bite? What'd you say?
Small bite.
Small bites.
Small bites.
Yeah. So like dropping those things in a way that's supportive and not shaming either.
Yeah.
You know. So I think that's what's most important.
Creating the realization that your absolute worst day is somebody's best day
Mm-hmm.
is an actual thing, and you know, regardless. And that's why I say, you can't compare yourself apples to apples with anybody else. All you can do is say, hey, here's opportunities from now to moving forward. Never forget your past, but you can safely say that you're going to have a better future. You know, that's a.
I feel like you're going to need to write that down for her.
By the way, I teach it. So.
No, you just, when he said that, it made me finish. I'm sorry, but it just made me think of something today that just happened. And I know we probably almost running out of time. So just give us a flag or like something.
You're good. You got about 10 minutes.
We're goodish. Okay. We're goodish. Perfect example is she hadn't been the most motivated, and it just, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, she just was a little bit more tired. Remember, like, she wasn't as motivated. And I'm like, we need to do your schoolwork. We need to do this. We need to put your clothes away. Yada, yada, yada. But I think that what resonated today is we were going through all of her clothing, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And she was digging through, and I encouraged, and I was so proud of her because I said, you know, when we have abundance, sometimes we give back. And she took it upon herself to pull things out to donate.
Mm-hmm.
But in that process, she found that old baby blanket, her old baby blanket. And it just looked really dirty, and it looked like it hadn't been washed in 10 years. And I was like, oh, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sleep so good. And she was holding.
There's smells of it, and you were talking about,
onto that baby blanket so tight. And this is perfect. This is like, it just, all of us, it's like, we want to move forward, but we have a hard time not looking behind us, right? Like, she was holding onto that baby blanket so tight. And I said, you know, I bet you if we wash that and put some, you know, woolite, we can make it fresh and smell good. And she's like, but I'm afraid it's going to lose. There's so many scents on this. There's so many, you know, her mom's old perfume. She was naming the things. But then I said, you know what? Just think about it. And I said to her, you know, sometimes letting go of what's behind us is important so we can look at what's meant to be in front of us.
Don't let it be the weight that stops
that you're holding on to.
That's right.
And that was, and you said that, I thought of that baby blanket. So I said, you know what? We're not going to wash it tonight. It's just something for you to think about.
Think about it. Yep.
Yeah.
And listen, if it's one item, I mean, that right there is my great grandfather's. It's memories.
Yeah.
Right? Absolute memories.
Well, I didn't say get rid of the blanket. I just didn't wash it.
Well, right. But,
I mean,
but still, one item.
Yeah.
A blanket does carry.
And again, her mom smells and stuff on it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your life. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just really moving, like how much our past is a part of us, but some of it we need to let go of, and some of it we keep to. And it's like deciding, taking that personal inventory. We talk about that.
The now blanket.
Pardon?
The now blanket. A new blanket for the now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, maybe we should do that. That should. Oh, that's.
And
really
then you
symbolic.
could say, we're going to put this in a bag so you can have it forever. But here's your new now blanket. Let's create some new memories on it. Right.
We're going to be a TV next after this.
Guess what? Guess what? Karen's gonna go out tonight and make a blanket.
Well, I want to make a blanket and go drop it off. I'll be at your house by 8.
Nope, this is the blanket again.
No, but I think
even she was over. I had them over for dinner and stuff like that. And I had candles obviously going, and she was like, "Oh my God, the scent!" And I always say, like, too, like you said, scents are always like memories, right? Like Thanksgiving, those smells. But I actually did have a new candle of the one I got, and she was so happy. She burned it in like what,
a week.
A week, yeah.
Right.
And then she just took another one of mine from downstairs.
Well, I realized it's 100% true. So, I lost both my parents. I lost my brother. I'm the last of my kind from my immediate family.
Well, yeah.
And so it was tough. And so I kept all this stuff. And it's taken me time to go through all this stuff. And every time I see it, it triggers me. And I'm like, oh, man, right? But then as I go forward, I look at my kids and I go, do you guys want any of this stuff? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then I don't need it. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Leave it for you to do what? Clean it up after me?
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a realization. So I go, this was too hard to get rid of because it's a memory. But this, and this can go to somebody who can use it.
You're
Right? So it goes to a charity.
Yeah.
So I've made big strides with that. But that's huge. That's huge.
And I think that's a good process in general for us, right? Like,
Yeah.
Knowing where we're called to serve, we were talking about that, the serving and everyone having a purpose too, but in our own, like having my own personal development, I'm looking like, as I'm giving her life lessons, I'm like, well, what do I need to set goals on? What things have I been stalling on? So that's where I say
it's definitely been a good lesson. I mean,
right.
Well, people that go through a lot of trauma and have been shifted around a lot, I've known a lot of them, they go through imposter syndrome so bad. They feel like they can never do. I'm never going to be good enough to do this. What they don't realize is they're already doing it. But in their mind, they're like, it's just not good enough. Or like this next guy, they're comparing themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you see and you tell them to stand back and go, let's view on what you absolutely have accomplished. Right. And then they go, wow, there's a lot. Right. Yeah, you have. So it's easy to take for granted. What do they say? A journal for being thankful, right?
The gratitude.
Gratitude. Journal, right? Thank you. Because, and I said it earlier on a show today, grateful and hateful can't share the same spot. And so that's a pick-me-up. And then they get to look back and see all the stuff that they're grateful for and all the stuff that they can move forward with. So yeah, and you got a mission upon you for sure. And so there'll be another one, I'm sure, right? Another person. Or you're like, no. Right. Oh, Karen will say yes. Just be like, Karen will do it.
I might need a little break at some
Sharon's
point.
like, I need a vacation.
But you know what? I just think we are called, we know when we're called to do something.
Yeah.
It's really funny because as her mentor, for a while, I was like, oh goodness, because I know what it involves and I know the commitment that it takes. And for a while I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And couple weeks before she ended up coming to my home, remember I said, I don't know, I'm getting this weird stirring.
Yeah, you said,
I feel like she needs to be in my home.
Yeah, you said, I'm going to end up
having her in my home.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what? You kept saying no and no. So I do feel like when we feel the yes, we know when it's time to say yes.
Yes.
But you need to say yes if you are feeling that. You can't ignore that.
Right.
You can't ignore that. You shouldn't. You can't.
Yeah.
You should not ignore that prompting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
So what's next? What's the next adventure?
The next adventure? Well, I don't know. I'm kind of going to book a trip to Arizona for this winter. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Are you
in Arizona, girl? You like Arizona?
I went to ASU, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, so I have a lot of friends out there.
You lived in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I did. Loved it. And I have a lot of friends there, so it's a good place to kind of...
6 years in Scottsdale.
Stop it.
I taught at the culinary school.
Okay, we're going to talk after this.
Oh, yeah.
Because
You have a meeting.
I know. I know that. No, so what's next,
You'll never
honestly?
make a meeting night.
Small bites. No, I have to. Small bites. Did you say small bites?
Yeah.
That's
Did we say that at the same time?
Yeah.
Did we?
Karen and Sharon.
Oh,
Small bites.
small.
Wait, didn't Dave Grohl have a thing like
Well,
hot?
I wasn't
Do you
done.
want to, okay,
I wasn't done
okay.
with my thought
She's ready to hit
process.
me. Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead. Sorry.
So what's next? What's
Yeah.
next, honestly, and I'm learning each day, is I'm really grateful for today because today we had a good day.
Yeah.
Today she went for an interview. She got some homework done.
Mm.
She's doing a school that's supposed to be in the city, but because of her situation here, they're letting her do it online for right now.
Yeah.
She was so productive, so I felt good, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's days that things are really hard and her emotions are hard, and I'm learning not to internalize them. So what's next for me is just like you said, the gratitude of all the successes, the gratitude for the small wins, because I do see them.
Yeah.
I need to journal them more because there are some setbacks. So my what's next right now is committing to this situation
Mm-hmm.
and realizing that I do have limitations. And so like, it's okay to say no to other things right now for me.
No.
So just really supporting her and getting her, it's important that when you do commit to somebody who's had a lot of instability, not to abandon them, right? So
Yeah.
I
Not
have to,
like give
I
up
have to
too.
remind her, even
Yeah.
when she has been having some really rough days, I need to be like, I'm not leaving you. I'm here.
And I did see her do that on Saturday. She said it was like
I
you
did?
sat there with her and you were hugging and you kept telling her that you loved her and just really
Even when it's hard. Yeah.
that was a hard day.
That was
too.
that was a really that was a really hard day.
Yeah.
But I noticed when I keep reinforcing
Yeah.
to her, like, I am here.
Mhm.
I'm not going anywhere. Her walls start coming down, right? So yeah, that's what's next. Just keep working, a bite at a time, and just letting her know, like,
Small bites.
small bites,
Small bites
That's
by True
can we
Kids.
make T-shirts? Small bites.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Already got it.
So yeah, I think that's where I'm at, and I like I said, it's hard, and I don't ever feel like God calls us to do something that we can't get through. Sometimes I question it, but today's like today. I'm like, no, I can do this, and it's for a really good cause because, as Karen mentioned when we started this, was what do you always say? Then what? Like if I'm not here for her right now,
Yeah.
then what?
Yeah.
Then she would be in a shelter, and then what? Then
then what
then
would
what?
come?
I play it forward
Yeah.
like the then what, and I think
Like preventative, right?
I
So-
think me being a little bit uncomfortable for a little bit or frustrated, whatever the feelings they come up is difficult. It is worth knowing I'm investing into somebody that I know will have at least some positive outcomes and some learning opportunities through the process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not an easy age to be a teenage girl, let
Yep.
alone in a situation, and then let alone in a strange place.
Mhm.
Right.
So absolutely have to take it slow for sure.
Yeah.
And as adults, we're Gen Xers, right? So it's kind of like we're just so
We are.
we're get it done and rub dirt in it. Take a sip out of that hose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the generation of today, it's almost like we have to adapt. And as a mentor, I mentor as well, and I tell you, I
Nice.
kind of stand by and go, I'm gonna let you roll, but know that I'm not gonna let you fall.
Right.
I won't dictate what you're going to do every day. I won't do that. You're a survivalist with the traumas that you have. You know how to survive probably better than I can.
Mhm.
All
Oh,
I can
for
do
sure.
is say, if you want to be a success, I'm going to aim you in the right direction and hope to God that you keep going that straight path. And no, if I see you veer off of it, I might run up on the side of you and hockey check you a little bit. You know what I mean? And let you know.
I mean, I don't want to hockey check her. I'm kind of afraid sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, I'm just, she knows.
Nico's a perfect example. Nico is
Yeah.
truly like an adopted son to me.
Aw.
He's so sweet.
And wrong path for a while, and now my production manager here at the studio.
He's
Go,
amazing.
Nico!
He is
Nico!
probably one of the best kids.
Oh yeah,
everyone,
for sure.
I think that's it. Pour into someone
Yeah.
and then just watch and see what happens.
Leave the legacy of who you are. You can't
Yeah.
take money to the grave, but your name will live on.
Oh, absolutely.
Farther down the line, as
Yep.
we just visited,
Yep.
right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
make the difference. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, you
Good.
did fantastic. Great show today, Karen.
You were actually supposed to even leave and go do your stuff.
I know. It was so interesting. I
It
couldn't.
is. I mean, that's.
I'll just say, I work late. That's fine. That's what I do. Sacrifice.
Oh,
It's
thank
right
you.
here in my heart. This is home. So
Oh yeah, no, and you know what? So many people don't know about this organization. Like they know about the kids in need, stuff like that. But
Yep.
like this,
Knowing the
yeah,
well, we
like
get you on a Let's Talk Local next.
All right.
Next, you come back out. We do a Let's Talk
Yeah.
Local. We push out to over 20,000 organizations locally.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Splash the pond, pretty big. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So we can help with that, and that's free.
Wow.
So
Let's make a splash.
let's splash it up.
small bites.
ROI is ripples on impact.
Ooh.
I don't go by return on investment, because if I create the awareness by dropping that big brick into the water,
Love
watch
that.
those ripples. How far does
Yeah.
it go out? That's how you become aware,
Mhm.
and then that pays back. You know,
Mhm.
when the tide
Mhm.
comes back, it comes back full, and dollars usually come with it. So,
Yeah. So
Well,
thank
like
you.
we're
Awesome.
really we do work well together because we get so excited. We're like, oh my gosh, I know a person that can help her do this. Oh my gosh, you can, and we're gonna get her. You know, like
That's connecting,
it's
and that's, my friends, is connecting the dots.
nice. I love it.
no, but it's true. That is what, and we are very good at that. Like our resources, and we sometimes don't take no for an answer. No, but you're gonna.
Well, check it out, folks. And if you look
We're
at the bottom of the
still on.
screen there, we got
I didn't realize that.
safefamilies.org. That's .org.
Yep.
Check them out. It never hurts. Get involved. Get in your community. Do what you got to
Yeah.
do. Don't forget to go to the old YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the show. Connecting Dots with Karen Owens. Until next time, we bid you a good day. And listen, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Thank you, Share Bear.
Thanks, Karen.